What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the Full-Time Wedding Pro podcast. I have a super fun episode for you guys today. I have Khia Ross, which is a destination wedding photographer in the DC area, and she has been in Full-Time Wedding Pro since 2022. You are literally an OG, like almost the oest OG possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to dive into some of her results, some things she's learned in the program. She's going to give some amazing advice for all of you guys, no matter where in the business you guys are at. Hopefully, this is going to be super helpful. And yeah, so we're going ahead and dive into it. So, Miss Khia, please give us a little bit of a backstory on you. Just tell us like who you are, what your business is, and all that fun stuff.
So I am Khia, destination wedding photographer based in the DC area. I have been in business since 2017. I've been shooting weddings longer than that, however. And so starting out like everybody else, just trying to find ways to get inquiries and move beyond the friend of a friend. Those friend of a friend inquiries tend to be pretty low budget, kind of almost like doing favors and things. And so I was trying to just get past that. Everything was like, oh yeah, can you do my wedding for like $1,500 or nothing at all as a favor? And so that's how it started for quite some time. And I was just really plugging away, trying to figure out how can I move past that. I'm also an introvert, so like networking, planner connections, all that stuff was like overwhelming for me. And so I was just like, what do I do? How do I fix this problem of not getting consistent quality leads on my own? So
Amazing. So you've been shooting weddings since before 2017.
yes.
Got it. And then so you had 2017, well before then, and then all the way to 2022 before you joined Full-Time Wedding Pro. So was it like a lot of that, low budget stuff for the whole time, or did you have some success?
I had a little bit of success every now and then. It was so sporadic though. It would be like one random. I also fell victim to the knot.
Oh God.
So I was on the knot for a little bit, and that wasn't great. But I did get maybe one or two solid ones from there. Maybe a occasional solid referral, but for the most part, maybe some planner connections again. They were just all so spread out. They were so spread out. So that was the biggest issue. Was like I can get one every 4 to 6 months. I can get one good solid inquiry. So
Yeah. Were you going to like events and stuff, or like how are you connecting with the planners?
I tried bridal shows. I tried
Mm,
bridal shows, but it was putting out quite a bit of money because you have to pay for the booth. And so you've got to pay to be there, and you might get lucky and get one solid, booking, because most people go to bridal shows, they're looking for the discounts, they're looking for the coupons and
yeah.
how to get the most for the least amount of money. So, but while I was there, I would meet some planners and other vendors and chat there. So that would be like my way of networking at the bridal shows.
Yeah, I gotcha. I did a bridal show like I think in 2021, and it was like one of the only bridal shows. I think I've done like two or three total. It was awful. There was like nobody there. There was like five vendors total. It was really small. I've seen some pretty good results from really big ones though.
I've done I think three. I can recall
Hmm.
one that I guess, depending on how you measure success, it was successful.
Hmm.
But I'm not one that wants to shoot a bunch of weddings a year. So it was like, sure, I
Yeah.
can book 20 at $3,000, but I don't want to, that just wasn't what I wanted. So I made some bookings that one, but I was like, this is not what I want to do like going forward. So
Yeah. What else were you doing for marketing? Was it just like vendor connections?
that was it. That was really just it. Just word of mouth, vendor connections, and bridal shows, and just hoping maybe a little bit I might get lucky on a website, organic website inquiry. But those
Hmm.
were probably social media. I forgot social media, Instagram, here and there as well. So
Yeah, it was easier back then a little bit.
yeah, you can just post one good photo. You didn't have to do a carousel. You didn't have to do a dynamic reel. You could just post one solid photo and get some traction.
Yeah, I miss Instagram in those days. It was so easy.
Yeah.
So, were you full time or were you part time before you joined? I don't remember.
Man, I don't remember either. I think I was part time though. I'm pretty sure I was part time.
Gotcha. What were you doing, if you don't mind saying?
I was in IT, government
Oh,
contract in
nice.
IT. Yeah,
That's why you're so freaking good at the Meta Ads Manager.
I don't know about that. I feel like I'm pretty good because I learned a lot in the program.
True, true, true. Yeah, because I gotta shout you out though, because you're always like helping people in the program, and it's amazing. Um, but yeah, so why did you decide to join in the first place? Because I know you were like totally different situation, obviously back then you are now.
Mhm.
So I'm curious on that.
So let's just say ads work because your ad was wearing me down. I kept seeing it over and over and over again. I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. Like I had seen other ads,
Hmm.
regarding this type of same education program. And I don't know, none of them really caught my attention, or I don't think I really trusted things I was seeing.
Hmm.
But your ad, it wore me down. I was like, all right, well, let's see what this guy Peyton's talking about. Let's see if he knows what he's doing. So
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Why do you think the trust factor was different?
I really don't know. Honestly, it might have just been, I don't know, nature, like a sign or whatever,
Hmm.
but I had definitely seen, I think we know quite a few other
Yeah.
people advertising more or less the same thing. And I was like, I don't know. And I think I do remember our first meeting. I remember talking to you on the Zoom call
Hmm.
and feeling like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. Like he's done the work. He's spent his own dollars trying to invest and figure this out. So, and he's a photographer. I think that was another thing too. You were an actual wedding photographer. So I
Yeah.
was like, I think this is the way to go.
Yeah. Still am, despite what people on Reddit
Yes,
say. Um, a lot of people say I'm not, but I am. Uh,
absolutely, an absolute real photographer, guys.
Yes, yes, I am. You guys can follow me on Instagram if you want. But anyway, so that's really good to hear. I hear that a lot. I think it's just because the way that I advertise is very natural. Like I don't follow scripts and stuff, which is the same thing that I like to kind of promote in the program too.
Yeah.
But so this is going to be really fun because you joined when I was teaching a little bit of a different total ad strategy. I believe I was
Yes.
still one of the strats I was teaching was still the engagement session giveaway, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was like 2022 era where that was
Hmm.
like working pretty well.
Absolutely.
Um, so I'm curious on like on your perspective of the results obviously that you had back then and like your aha moments that you had going through it, but then also how that's changed because obviously we don't do that now
Right.
and how much things are different. So I'm really curious on your perspective there.
So the I had never heard of the engagement giveaway things back then, and
Hmm.
so I started. That was the first thing I tried, first method of advertising, and it worked. It absolutely was at the time. It was working. I was getting decent inquiries. I would run a giveaway and probably get 30 responses. I pick a handful out of that, and then try and convert those into weddings, and it was working pretty well, pretty solid. Getting probably about 4K averaging as far as bookings, which was more than the averaging I was getting before. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is working, and it was the consistency. It was like, okay, these are coming in regularly, but I think as you grew and as the algorithm and things changed and what worked and didn't work anymore, we were starting to see that like I don't really know if this is the way to continue to go. I think we all
Yeah.
kind of saw uh it slow down a little bit, number one, and
Hmm.
then just the type of inquiries we were getting. People, unfortunately, most of the time when they're looking for a free engagement session, they don't want to pay much more for the wedding. So
Yeah, exactly.
it was difficult to run that strategy and also get higher inquiries and higher end clients.
Yeah. And I remember I was teaching alongside, I called it like the evergreen strategy is what we like DTO is what it is now, but it was pretty much just like it was like something I was trying and it was working fairly well. For the most part, it was just like running ads straight to the website, which obviously is the lead strategy now, but
Yeah.
it was really cool. I think it was around like mid 2023 or maybe early 2023 where like almost everyone who was doing the engagement giveaway session or the engagement giveaway strategy, they were like, "Hey, it's not working."
It's not working. Yeah, it's
I
not
was like,
working. Is it
"Okay."
me? Like, what's happening? It's not working.
Yeah, yeah. And like things change all the time with advertising. So every time it's very rare when that happens. That's really the only time a major strategy that I've ever taught has like been like, hey, this isn't working. But I know when like everybody's like, it's not working, it's time to change it.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, maybe it's just because of like saturation or whatever, or maybe just people were starting to want to increase price. But yeah, it's pretty cool seeing like how we went from that to what we do now. But I'm
Absolutely.
curious because like obviously you have also grown in like the last it's been more almost 2 years, I guess 3 years almost. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
May.
Mhm.
So basically 3 years.
Yeah.
So how have you grown from back then?
So I think if we're starting out, obviously, focusing on getting the engagements giveaways. I want to say the biggest thing that I've grown in was understanding the importance of brand messaging. I think
Mhm.
you helped us really nail that and key in on making sure that our websites and the brand voice that we were putting out there really would attract our, actual dream clients. And so for me, that was the biggest area of growth for me, like putting together a website and optimizing that website so that it really did speak to my ideal client. That's the biggest growth I've seen.
Yeah. What about the website and like the brand messaging did you change?
So mine wasn't, it wasn't one voice. It definitely wasn't one voice. We talk about a story brand
Hmm.
framework and using that to put together good ad copy and things on the website. My website was just very here's the facts.
Yeah.
There really wasn't a voice to it. It was like, oh, I'm a wedding photographer in this area, book me here. But there wasn't anything. I wasn't solving any problems. I wasn't really speaking to, who I wanted to work with in any fashion at all. It was just, here's some photos, here's some ideas, some quotes, and some book me now. That's it.
Did your ideal client change as you went through the program?
No, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it changed. I never defined it. I think early
Oh,
on, I hadn't thought about. I remember we had the conversation. I think on one of the calls about really keying on who your ideal client is and utilizing tools like ChatGPT and really
mhm.
identifying who is your ideal client. I think like in my mind, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to work with these people and I want them to want to book me and spend money, but really keying on the mindset of those people. Like what are you really trying to target? Who are you really wanting to work with? So once I was able to identify that, that helped me kind of change my brand voice and have my website really speak to those people.
How would you describe it now? Like who your ideal client is?
Authentic and bougie is what I go with. Like
Yeah.
I like clients who like they like the finer things in life, but they're not like mean people. They're not materialistic people. They just enjoy the finer things in life and have a good
Mhm.
time doing it. So
Yeah. So you took that and you structured your entire website and brand message around people who are
absolutely,
like that.
absolutely,
I love it. And that was you were able to raise price too, right?
100%. Yeah, I think when I started this program, I think my starting price was probably 36.
Hmm.
I think it was like around 36, and so now I'm at starting at 6K. Um,
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and the inquiries are rolling in. Particularly this week, I don't know what. It's one of those things. It's up and down, up and down. I think I
Mhm.
was talking with Alex last week, and I was like, "Oh, the inquiries are kind of coming in, but I think I want to switch some stuff up." But I don't really typically panic too soon. I think I had just put those ads up like maybe 2 weeks ago, and so I said, "I'll
Mhm.
give it another week." Another week is all I needed because now the inquiries are literally rolling in consistently. So
I love it. I love
yeah,
it. That's totally normal. I tell people all the time, like you're gonna have a week where you don't get much, and then you're gonna have another week where it's gonna be like crazy.
yeah.
Um, but usually on like a month time frame, it usually evens out a
Absolutely.
little bit. So
Absolutely. I've learned if you're in this program long enough, you're like, you learn, just be patient. Just don't
absolutely,
panic, just be patient.
absolutely, I love that. Going back to your price thing, I'm curious. Did you face a lot of resistance when you raised prices? Because a lot of people are scared of that.
I didn't actually. I think the most resistance I faced was from myself. I think in my mind, I was just like, I don't really know if people are going to spend this kind of money. I think I went from that mindset of feeling like you have to jam pack collections and feel like you need to add things to make it seem valuable instead of just knowing your own value and just sitting in that. And so I think the resistance was for me. But once I put it up there and increased the price and my website spoke to those clients, not
Yeah.
much resistance at all.
Were you nervous to raise?
I was absolutely nervous to raise, but I think, as nervous as I was, I don't want to shoot 100 weddings a year. So
Understandable. Me too.
I was like, one has to outweigh the other, and it was, let's just raise this price so we're not shooting 100 weddings a year.
Yeah. Um, so you mentioned you've told me this. It was a while back, I think, but you broke down like how you do your pricing structure, and it was
Yeah.
really unique. Do you still do that?
Yeah, so I still do a one base collection, and then I
Hmm.
allow you to build from there. I do that for both photography and videography. So there's
Hmm.
that base number is what I call the get out of bed number. And so this is the number that if you don't want to add anything to your collection, I'm still okay. I'm happy. I'm not like, oh man, I just booked a wedding. Like I always tell people, if you're rolling your eyes at booking a wedding and making money, then your price is not, it's not high enough. So
Amen.
I set it at a price. So I'm like, okay, if you don't want to add anything other than this base collection, I'll still be happy. So that's how I structure that. And then there's a list of add-ons that they can add on to customize it and things like that. So
Have you also sold like traditional packages, like 3 packages, 5 packages, whatever?
I have in the original model when we first started out, I was doing like
Mm.
three packages where you structured the more ideal one in the middle, and then I had the lower one, and then the dream the dream collection at the top. I think I think that still works for people. For me, I don't like haggling. I don't like doing the haggling.
Yeah.
So what was happening is you get three collections. I'm like, well, I don't really need this. So can I take this out? Can I substitute that out? I hate doing that. Like, it
Yeah.
drives me crazy. So I'm like, just give them the bare bones and then allow them to just add what they want.
Yeah. How has that changed your sales process? I assume for the
It
better.
for the better one of the, I would say probably the most common compliments I get are one is that I do all day coverage. I don't do hourly. So
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I don't have to worry about the 6 to 8 hours. No, we don't have to worry about that. Just tell me a start time, tell me an end time. Of course, with a maximum, but
Yeah.
um, they know they have me for the all day. They don't have to really stress about that. So that is definitely a sticking point for them. And then the other would be the fact that they can just add on what they want. They don't have to worry about taking things out and swapping things out. They're just like, okay, the base is the base. You're gonna need everything in this base. If you want anything else, add on to it.
I love it. I love that way of selling personally. A lot of people are different, but like I think it's really cool to see how a lot of people sell in the program because obviously I teach like the packages and the single
Mhm.
collection like you do. And I really believe like a really good sales process is just what you feel comfortable selling
That's really what it comes down
for
to. If
sure.
it works for you, it works for you. I just know me. I get irritated the second you're like, "Well, can I swap?" It's like an immediate irritation for me. So I'm like, "Oh, let's. How can I minimize that? How can I minimize that
Yeah.
question of can I change something out?" Because I'm very much a the price is the price kind of person. This
Yeah.
is the price. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. I love it. I wanna switch gears and talk a little bit about the ad stuff
Okay.
because obviously I want to dive into your results, but I wanna touch on the things that you did with specifically the current strategy because we already talked about the engagement giveaway, but it doesn't matter because I don't teach it anyway. But with the current ad strategy, feel free to get as in depth as you want. But like, what do you run currently, and how has it been working?
So I run the DTOs.
Hmm.
That's the only thing. I never even tried messaging campaigns.
Hmm.
For me, I don't want to be texting people all day long either. So
Yeah, understandable.
for me, the DTOs work the absolute best. As far as what's actually in my ads, again using the StoryBrand framework
Hmm.
and targeting problems in the ads and offering solutions in those ads.
Hmm.
And then I do a variety of video and photo because I
Hmm.
offer both, and so that works really well for me is the video ads tend to typically do better, but
Hmm.
I've had a few stagnant images that have taken off. I think last year I had this one. I told you had this one engagement
Oh,
photo
yeah, it was on
that,
like the steps at
yeah,
like
it was on this. It
yeah.
was such a simple photo in my eye, but it just went crazy.
Hmm.
So yeah, that one went really well. I think I've had maybe one or two other the solid images that have gone pretty well. So I do a combination of both in my ads.
I love it. So I know you're doing photo and video and you do destination. So you're talking about like 6K. Is that like photo and video or is that just like one
No,
service
that's
you
just
do?
photo. That's just photo or just video. Yep, one or the other.
Nice. Amazing, amazing. Because I get a lot of questions like that. It's like a lot of people are like, yeah, I see these results and somebody booked like a 5K wedding, but like, is that photo and video or whatever? So it's nice to hear that too,
Yep,
because I know there's a mix.
that get out of bed number is 6K. So
I love it.
you're getting one or the other for 6K.
I love it. And going back, just 'cause that was a little bit tangent, but going back to the ad thing. So for those of you guys listening and you don't know what DTO stands for, it stands for direct to offer. It's basically, in a nutshell, ads that go straight to your website homepage, and then you just do your website does all your selling for you, and you get inquiries. And that's what you're running.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I will say, I guess maybe go back a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, Along with branding, the blogging actually really helped me.
Yeah.
Blogging built the SEO on my website, and creating a Pinterest, which to me is the easiest like form of social media out there. I can't think of anything easier than that one. Has
Yeah.
done wonders for me as well. So blogging has just, alongside ads, just really, really, really good.
Yep. That's why I teach it in phase 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's
The
like, I don't
blogging
need
has been.
SEO.
I'm always trying to stress people like it's so easy to blog, like to get like every time all my clients, every client gets a client blog. That's a way to highlight venues and highlight other vendors, locations. Like it's just such a simple thing. I get all the questions in their questionnaire to help me build the blog, chat GPT it up, customize it in my own voice, and easy blog, easy SEO.
Yeah, I love it. Do you ever run ads to the blog post? I've seen some people do that.
I used to. I
Yeah.
think maybe 2 years ago. I was when I
Mhm.
was doing. I forgot what we called it, but I was doing some lead camp. Nope, lead magnet. I was using it
Lead
as a lead
magnets.
magnet. Yeah,
Yep.
I would do the blog post as a lead magnet, and that also worked well. for a while. I would say that I don't even know why I stopped actually. I don't know, maybe just because we just started stressing DTOs more. I just started leaning into that, but there wasn't
Mhm.
anything wrong with that one at all. Running the blog post was great too.
Yeah, yeah. When I tested it, I had a little bit of a higher cost per inquiry doing the blog post
Hmm.
than I did just sending people to my homepage. But then I've got people in the program who they do send to blog posts and they crush, especially for destination stuff. It's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah. Destinations and popular, if you have a popular venue in your area, like
Oh yeah.
those are absolutely just chef's kiss to use.
Yeah, I've got a photographer, or he's a videographer actually, and he lives like in East Tennessee where I used to live. And that's what he does. He's got like one venue he shoots a ton at, and he just like drives traffic there, and he crushes. So it's really cool to see that for sure. And God, I was going to ask you something I totally forgot now. Oh, Pinterest. So you mentioned Pinterest, which
Yes.
is not very much talked about. I think it's like weirdly still really slept on. What's your Pinterest strategy?
I literally write the blog and all the photos in the blog, pin, 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 pin. I can't stress like how simple it is to use Pinterest as a way to drive traffic to your website. Like it is so
Mhm.
incredibly simple. And I get constant traffic to my website through Pinterest.
Yeah, we were talking about that with my elopement photographer Henry while when we were in Italy last week, and because we were talking about marketing, and he was like, Pinterest does so much, and literally all I do is like pin photos, and I'm pretty sure me and Caitlin we were looking at photos to send to him on Pinterest, and we literally found his photos.
It's so simple. I tell people all the time, like, if you hate social media, fine. But if you do blogs, you are doing yourself a disservice by not just simply pinning them to a Pinterest board.
Yeah, even if you don't do blogs.
Or if yeah, even if you
Yeah.
don't do blogs, like if you just want to pin your portfolio on your website and pin those images, like most of I think of our website platforms offer the ability to pin
Hmm.
your photos on your website. So pin those to Pinterest. Anything you can do to just throw something up on Pinterest and get some traffic to your website is like I don't even think I ran ads this year until I think I started in March
Hmm.
because I didn't need to. I really didn't
Yeah,
need to with the organic traffic from Pinterest and blogging. There wasn't really an urgency to run ads.
love it. So I want to dive into your results now, and obviously you're gonna be a little bit different because you've been in the program for several years.
Mhm.
But tell me how, I guess, really more like how your business has changed from when you joined, and like some of the more meaningful changes that have happened for you.
The more meaningful changes for me, I think everyone will probably it's measured a little differently. For me, it has literally been the automation
Hmm.
of that inquiry comes in, they hear from me, on an automatic response. The way the process for me goes is they fill out the inquiry form. I get a ding, hey, somebody inquired. They get an automatic response from me. On the thank you page, they can book a call there. If they overlook it and don't scroll down and see that in their follow up text or email, it says, hey, here's a link to book a call. They book their call. Within like 3 days, typically is when they book it. Usually it's in 24 hours for the most part. We jump on a call. Now, one thing I do differently, actually, I don't actually pressure people for the call. I mean, for the sale on the call. And actually,
Mm,
it's been working for me. We have the call, and then we jump off. I give them 72 hours to discuss, have a conversation, and get back to me. And that seems to work really well. I think people really like from me being like, hey, no pressure. It's a lot of money. I understand. 72 hours, I'll check back in and we'll see where you guys are at. So,
love that.
yeah, the automation process for me and knowing that I literally can go to sleep and wake up to like 5 inquiries has been like the most mind blowing thing. Being in this program
Mhm.
is like beforehand, I would like, please, somebody just this week give me an inquiry, anybody. And now I literally go to sleep and wake up to like 4 or 5 inquiries in my email.
Yeah, and you just attribute that to good ad strategy
Good
and then a
ads for
really good
brand
brand.
messaging, a well put together message on my website, all the things. Yeah, putting it together. It's like a well-oiled machine.
I love it. It's so simple.
It really is. Like I know it seems overwhelming, I think, to people like ads and understanding meta, but the framework that you provided for us really makes it so simple. Well, I mean, we're not into the advice portion yet, but my advice would be if you're in the program, follow the program to the T.
Yeah.
Like literally follow every single thing. I can tell you one of the things I fought in the beginning was putting a contact form on every page. I just thought
Yes.
it was like the lamest thing. I didn't like it. I actually still don't like seeing it. Like visually speaking, I don't like seeing it. But
Yeah.
I promise you, people literally inquire on every page of my website. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even the pages, I'm like, nobody's gonna inquire from here, but whatever, I'll put one here because Peyton said do it. Yes, people have inquired from every page of my site. So if you're in the program, you're thinking about going
Mm-hmm.
in the program, follow everything to a T. It's already put together for you. You don't have to figure it out. Just follow it.
Yep. Yeah. Man, the contact form is like, I like people listen to almost everything, every single thing I say, but it's always the contact form. They're like, I don't want to put the contact form. I'm
I
like,
hate it.
do it.
I do. I hate it, but I do it.
I'm like, do you want inquiries? They will come faster if you have the contact form
Yeah,
on your
it's a
page.
visual thing for me. Like seeing
Mm,
it there just drives me crazy, but I would be a liar if I said it doesn't work. So it
yeah,
absolutely works. Do it, people.
I get it. I get it. When I was going through my rebrand for my wedding business, which I'm about to release, Blake was like, he was like, you sure you want the contact form? I was like, yes, put the contact form on every page,
Every
please.
page. Put it on every page. And I
Yeah.
use what's the thing that I use to full story. And so I'm
Oh,
able to literally see what page people are filling out their
mhm.
inquiry form on. Every time I see it on like the about me or the FAQ page, I'm like, man, people really just wherever they're at, wherever it hits them to just do it, they just do it right then and there.
Yep. It's amazing. It's great. I'm glad you brought that out because I'm gonna send this to everyone in the program and be like, see, I told you, do what
Yes,
I say.
really do it. Follow everything to a T. Don't skip a step, and
Yeah.
put the contact form on every page.
Oh, love it. Are you comfortable talking numbers like revenue, weddings booked, profit, stuff like that?
We'll talk. I can talk about numbers inquiry. I'm not necessarily revenue. We won't talk about revenue, but
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So I can honestly, like, I can tell you this week alone. What's today? Thursday.
Yes.
11 inquiries this week alone. Whereas before
Nice.
this program, I would be lucky to get 11 inquiries in a month.
Oh my gosh.
We'll say 3 months, honestly. Like,
Do you know what your like overall profit has been on the ads?
I can tell you. I can tell you I don't even spend 10% per a month on. So my lowest package is 6,000. I
Mhm.
usually spend between $500 and $600 a month on ads.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're fully booked.
I am not fully booked yet, but I'm
Almost.
very darn close.
Yeah.
Very darn close.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. All right.
And
So
again, I just started running ads in March. So maybe if I would have started at the top of the year, I probably would be fully booked. But
yeah,
yeah, like 2026, I have very few weekends left available. 2025 is pretty much a done deal as well. I
amazing.
might take two more maybe in November just to counterbalance January because January is always a dead month.
Yeah. So you're easily booking out a year in advance, like with no effort.
Easily. Like when I say I go to sleep and wake up to inquiries, I go to sleep and wake up like, okay. I don't know why people inquire with me at 2 o'clock in the morning. It never fails.
Dude,
But
always.
most of my inquiries come in at 2. I don't know why you people don't sleep, but my inquiries come in religiously at like 2 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
No, it's not just you. Literally for the program, I'll wake up and I'll have like 3 or 4 emails from calls booked overnight. And I'm like,
I
you
don't
guys not
understand.
sleep?
I go to bed early. I'm an early bird. I'm usually asleep by like 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time. So waking up to seeing so many inquiries at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, when do
I
you
don't
people
know.
sleep?
Maybe it's just because we're Eastern. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, so I love it. I wanna dive into some advice for you, or some advice from you rather. So like one thing or two or more, it doesn't matter, but just like what's your advice for people that are two things. So one, who are just like they need help in their wedding photography and or videography business. And then number two, if they're considering the program. So let's start with number one.
Okay, so if you're in the business, I think my number one advice is stick to your guns.
Mm.
I think we get too caught up in what other people are doing in the market or in the industry. There
Oh yeah.
is clients for everybody. So whatever it is that you're doing, hone in on what you're doing and put that out there. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing around you, what everybody else's price is. Googling, what's the average, charging price in your area. Don't worry about that. What is your price? What does it cost to run your business and to live the life that you want to live? And stick with that.
I love that because so many people fall prey to that. Even like macroeconomics and stuff. They're like, oh, nobody's going to book weddings because the economy is going crazy. The economy is always crazy, and I love that because I talk about it all the time. Like you're not booking not because of the economy or because of a post pandemic, 5 years ago, or your competition. Like it's all you.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, people ask me, "Oh, what do you do?" I run ads, and people kind of give me that side look of like you run ads. And I tell people all the time, almost everything you own, you saw an ad for it.
Hmm.
Like almost everything you buy, you saw an ad. So what would be the difference between booking a wedding photographer? They saw an
Hmm.
ad, they needed a wedding photographer, so they bought a wedding photographer. They just bought it off an ad. So ads work. They work, and I use them, do them, invest in them. I think my other piece of advice would be running ads is not the short game. It's not the
Absolutely.
short game. It's not a get rich quick. You have to be willing to invest in marketing for your business. Like
Yep.
it is a marketing line item for me every year. Is this is how much
Hmm.
I put into advertising for my weddings.
Yeah, it's very serious. And I think that's a good thing. And it's a good deviation from when we used to do the engagement giveaway, because
Yeah,
that was very like get rich quickie. It was like,
absolutely.
spend $200 and you book like 10, 20K in weddings. It was like very pop. And that's like my biggest gripe right now with people still teaching it, is because it doesn't, number one, doesn't work as well. Um, and number two, it's not a long-term sustainable advertising model. It's just
No,
not.
no, no, not at all. Yeah, I everybody's always asking me, and I'm like, "What do you do?" I'm like, I plan, I market, I budget for ads. I don't just like throw a couple
Mhm.
dollars. I expect every month to spend between 10 and 15% every single month on
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah, and you're like, do the reverse math on that. Like you spend $600 and you're booking a 6K wedding at minimum.
Yeah, at minimum, like at minimum, and then every single wedding I get, I literally the deposit that I get, I just throw that in ads. That's just it's like an automatic savings plan. That first deposit that comes in just literally goes right back in the ad spend.
I love it. All right. And then final piece of advice, if people are considering jumping in the program but they're holding off, what would you say to those people as somebody who probably also went through that same mindset?
If you're holding off, ask yourself why. What are you afraid of? Um, if you are wondering if Peyton is real, he is real. Are his results real?
I'm
His
real. Hey.
results are real. We don't get paid to have these calls. No one is he's not dangling carrots in front of us to be like, hey, if you put in a good for me, I'll give you. It's not. So I would say figure out what you're afraid of, and if it's something that you can conquer, like jump on. Just be prepared to budget and do the work. It's not, you don't
Mhm.
just jump on here and just it works overnight. It's a very robust program that I've been in for quite some time, and I still go back and review the material. I'm still on calls, every other week,
Mhm.
listening to anything new that's come in. It's education. So invest in yourself, invest in your business, and invest in somebody who knows what he's doing. This man has spent thousands of dollars learning how to run ads himself. He spent his own money
Mhm.
learning, and he's teaching us. So if you're holding back and you're wondering, is it real? It's real. It works. You just got to do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't hit big numbers without big ad spend. Like, I think Yonel posted it in the general channel literally today. He was like, he's doing like 4 to 5K per month in ad spend, but he's doing like 60K, 70K in a month or something like that.
So
Crazy.
you can't cry about that. Like
Like, yeah, like it's nuts.
it's
But yeah,
insane.
yeah, I love that. Thank you, thank you. I'll cut you your check after the
They're
podcast.
gonna clip that. They're gonna clip that statement right
Yeah, they're
there.
gonna be like, they're gonna blast me on Reddit again. He's a scammer. He's paying for his testimonials. No. All right. What's next for you? What's your goals for this year, for next year?
So I'm getting a little bit older, and so I'm getting back into some of the things that I used to do earlier with photography, and so I'm bringing back seniors, and kind of using
Nice.
that to supplement, so I'm not on my feet as much, and get a little of my time back. So I generally don't shoot that many weddings because again, I didn't want to, but I want
Mhm.
to cut back a little bit more. So I'm going to bring back senior photography, and I'm going to run ads,
Nice.
to
Nice.
build
Is
that
that what
back
your
up.
question was about earlier?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
why. Yeah, I'm gonna create a new pixel to start running ads for seniors. So
Amazing. Yeah. Very smart. Very smart. Do you have associates that shoot weddings for you, or
I
do you
do.
not?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do have
Cool.
associates. Yeah. Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love
Which is
that.
another thing that's come from running ads. I don't have to just rely on just local. Like I get ads literally all over Atlanta, all over the East Coast. I've got a couple West Coast, Midwest. So
Nice.
um, clients all over the place.
Amazing. All right. Any final thoughts?
No, but thank you. I guess that was my final thought is thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. I know we drive you crazy asking some of the same questions over and over and over again. Peyton can log on every single week and hear the same question twice each week, and he'll answer it every time with the same kind of grace. So
Yeah.
I'm on the other end with on mute, like he just said that.
It's always like, hey, my meta ads manager thing is messed up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, of course it is, because it always is for everyone, because meta,
yeah,
oh, it's frustrating. But anyway, usually quick fixes. But
yeah.
yeah.
Or it's my I think my favorite, but also most annoying is like I've been running ads for like a week and I haven't really gotten any inquiries yet. I'm like, oh, it's been a week. It's just been a week. Be patient.
Yes. Yes. I
And
think
Peyton's always so gracious when he answers it.
patience is always the biggest thing, and I get it. Like, as an entrepreneur, you want to make things happen
Yeah.
fast,
Hmm.
and it's really hard to be patient. I've learned that lesson so many times. But like, you know, if you're running an ad, this goes to my students out here watching it or listening. If you're running an ad, at least give it 2 to 4 weeks. Just let it sit, let it do its thing. You followed the thing, you followed what I've taught, you've done your checklist. Like, it will happen, it will come to you. And every single time, I've had so many students, Josh on the call today, like he just hit 60K in bookings in like 3 months.
Yes.
He literally was like a month into running ads. He's like, I haven't gotten anything. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, just keep
Just be
going.
patient. Just be
And
patient.
he crushed it. So,
Especially if you're new. If you're running ads for the first time, Meta has to learn who you are and learn your business. So
mhm.
that first round of running ads, it might not hit until that 4 week mark.
Yeah,
But just be patient. Just be
cool.
patient.
All right. Thank you, Khia, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Peyton.
Appreciate you. If you want people to follow you, shout yourself out real quick. If not,
If you guys want to follow me, I am on Instagram at Divine DIVINE 20_20 visions with a Z on the end.
love it. Your photos are incredible. They
Thanks so
will love
much.
following you. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Khia, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure as always. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.